We need to talk about the classic law of f around and find out, specifically with Trump supporters who are currently on an exclusive journey through the find out phase, and oh boy, it's a doozy. Everything I'm about to show you is a result of people who did zero research before voting for Donald Trump. I mean, we literally gave them the questions and answers to the final exam and they failed it, which is truly amazing stuff. But it's not really surprising when you remember that 21% of adults in the US are illiterate and 54% of adults have a literacy below a 6th grade level.
I love the poorly educated.
Speaking of poorly educated, Trump and the Republican Party want to keep Americans dumb and ultimately stuck to low-skilled labor through a series of budget cuts and defunding the Department of Education. But the only problem with destroying that agency is that it would affect the children of Trump voters who rely on its funding, IEP, FAFSA, free school lunches, etc. All gone. We could have had the successful school programs that Governor Tim Walz implemented in Minnesota. But thanks to MAGA, we can't have nice things. Sadly, there are parents of autistic children who are now just finding out that yes, Trump does want to gut the Department of Education. The people in my autism parenting groups who are just figuring out what gutting the Department of Education is going to do to their kids after they voted for Trump. Ooh, child, it's a whole lot of, they can't do that, right? Nah, bro, they can and they're gonna. Here's a story about a Trump supporter who is also a special education teacher.
I got a around and find out story that I want to share with everyone, because it's a good one. Now granted, the find out part hasn't been 100% realized, but somebody is shitting their pants right now. Good family friend works as a teacher in a local school district and as a special education teacher. Diehard Trump fan, voted for Trump, was beating her chest all about it. Mid-30s, she actually just got this job a couple of years ago and was very excited about the opportunity. But what she didn't realize for some reason, and just recently found out yesterday in fact, was that her position is 100% funded by a federal grant from the OSEP program. Yeah, OSEP is Office of Special Education. It's a division of the U.S. Department of Education, and they provide federal funding in the form of grants to assist in local communities, ensuring that they have proper coverage, if you will, and funding for special education needs. This lady's job is 100% funded by that office. So the find out hasn't been 100% realized, but this lady is scared because now all of a sudden she does care about the Department of Education and she does appreciate it. She flat out said that she didn't know that, and if she had, maybe she might not have voted for Trump. The reason she says that is because she knows and believes that Trump is, in fact, going after the Department of Education. She didn't think it affected her, so she didn't give a f. She gives a f now. So I don't want to laugh at the lady. You know, it sucks. But at the same time, MAGA.
And here's a post from a Trump supporter whose very job relies on special education funding. Someone was being pro-Trump at work. I told them, do you know your position is paid for by SPED dollars, which will go away if he gets rid of the DOE? They were dumbfounded. This issue harms the education space as a whole. Here's a post by an educational technology worker who is now worried about their job, which starts with, this might be a stupid question. If you have to start something with, this might be a stupid question, then yes, you can guarantee it is going to be a stupid question. They go on to say they're happy at the turnout of the election, but they're worried about the company relying on government funding. Guess you should have thought of that before voting for Trump. Trump spent his whole campaign boasting that he would defund the Department of Education, an agency that will now be run by this woman, Linda McMahon.
What the f is going on?
Linda McMahon is the wife of Vince McMahon, former owner of WWE and the guy involved in a sexual abuse and human trafficking scandal.
Yikes.
Trump turned politics into a wrestling match, and now our country is worse off because of it. Our latest fight is about to be with China, Mexico, and Canada because Donald Trump wants to put a tariff on everything and everyone. And MAGA is just now figuring out what that means. It's literally trending in Google searches. This is what happens when the people who claim to do their own research don't actually do their own research. Like these Trump-loving employees who lost their Christmas bonuses over concerns about the impact of higher tariffs. They all thought the foreign company paid the tariff. I just can't anymore with these idiots. This is what MAGA wanted. They made their bed, and now they're gonna have to lie in it. And speaking of beds, I want to thank today's sponsor, Miracle Made. Did you know that traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat? It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses, and it's just gross. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning antibacterial bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent up to 99.7% of bacteria growth and require up to 3 times less laundry. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, so you get better sleep every night. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands, and feel as nice if not nicer than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. Go to trymiracle.com/Gabe to try Miracle Sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo Gabe at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Gabe and use the code Gabe to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Gabe to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode.
Trump has vowed to impose up to 20% tariffs on all products coming into the U.S. and 60% on goods from China. Big retailers like Walmart and Lowe's are now warning those higher import costs could force them to raise prices for customers. Small businesses are worried too.
With these tariffs is really going to be higher cost me, and ultimately it's going to fall on the shoulders of the consumer.
The National Retail Federation says clothes, toys, furniture, household appliances, footwear, and travel goods are at risk.
Remember, countries like China do not pay the tariff. We, the consumer, cover that cost. To give you an example, a Trump businessman found out that the mass deportation that Trump, Stephen Miller, and Tom Homan have been drooling over will indeed affect his company, where a huge portion of his labor is illegal. Also, he just found out that a huge portion of his labor is illegal?
Sure, Jan.
But as a member of the Latino community, it's posts like this that really hurt me. I have a friend. His mother is an undocumented immigrant. He admitted today that he voted for Trump due to concerns about inflation. I just don't even know what to say anymore. He's college educated, but he still thinks Trump wasn't talking about his mom. This is not a joke. Trump is coming after all of us. Well, some of us. I think the saying is, if you ain't white, then you ain't right. Pretty sure Stephen Miller said that, but don't quote me on it. But if the tariffs haven't already drained MAGA's wallets, just wait, those healthcare bills are gearing up to finish the job. Trump voters with pre-existing conditions are now crying on social media because they just realized that Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act. Watch this creator play out a conversation.
Oh my God, I'm so happy Trump's administration is finally gonna kill Obamacare. Yeah, but it really sucks that so many people are gonna lose coverage from the Affordable Care Act. What are you talking about? No one has threatened to do anything with the ACA. It's all about Obamacare. The ACA is the same thing as Obamacare. What? The ACA is the same thing as Obamacare. What? No, it can't be. Yep, surprise. They're the exact same thing. And Republicans have just pushed the name Obamacare to make it more polarizing. But if the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, is repealed, millions of Americans are going to be losing access to affordable health care.
Other creators are laughing because of the carelessness and stupidity of those who voted for Trump. We warned voters at every point along the campaign about how Trump and Republicans were going to dismantle every 3-letter agency, deregulate consumer protections, wipe out our healthcare system, and impose tariffs on us, the consumers. But no, they didn't want to listen. They said he would never do something like that. He's just talk. Well, guess what? He's already started. So now we have to listen to them realize that they made a huge mistake and are struggling through the find out phase.
The more you around, the more you're going to find out.
Well, that's a wrap for today. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to follow me at I am Gabe Sanchez. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe to the audio version of What Was That, perfect for when you're on the go or just relaxing. Catch every episode wherever you listen to podcasts. So until next episode, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?